Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Selena and I love making press-on nail content here on YouTube. Today I'm going to be showing you all how to make another fall press-on set. In the last video I showed you guys how I made these fall Frenchies with gold accents, which came out super cute. If you haven't checked that video out yet, make sure you do if you're interested. For this set, we're going to be making these fall coffin nails right here, so if you want to learn how I did it, just keep on watching. Like always, I'm going to go ahead and with my Beetles base gel and set down an even layer for the gel polish we're going to put on top. If you guys ever come across this problem that I have right here, like getting the gel polish underneath the nail on accident, it's okay. Just go ahead and get a small brush and put very little bit of nail polish remover on the brush to go ahead and clear that out from underneath. Make sure not to use a lot of it because then it can make the nail turn a little like white. So make sure it's really like minimal. Also, you guys, make sure that you're cleaning up the sides. In my last few videos, you see me cleaning up the sides using my fingers with like my gloves on, but I noticed that after like I started doing that, my hands or like my fingers started getting pretty itchy. I think it's because my skin has always been very sensitive. I think it's mostly due to like the friction of like moving my finger back and forth when I'm cleaning them up and then putting it onto something else. So if you have any sensitivities to like wearing gloves like me because of like the friction or like sweat buildup, go ahead and use like a small flat brush to clean up the sides instead. I found that it works a lot better for me and it keeps my hands like itch free. And another hack too, if you do have like sweaty hands, something that I found that works for me, I found it off somebody else. I don't remember who I got this idea from, but I'm pretty sure I just Googled it. So with the sweat buildup, if that's giving you like any problems with your hands, just go ahead and pick up some baby powder from like your local like store and just make sure to like powder your hands before putting them in the gloves, and that should help absorb any of the sweat that you have building up. So if you guys see any like white stuff in my gloves, just know that is baby powder. And then when we're satisfied with the shape, we're gonna go ahead and put them in the nail lamp for 60 seconds. Alright you guys, after we get those out of the lamp, we're now going to be focusing on the pinky and the thumb because those are going to be our ombre nails. So how I'm going to be doing this is I'm going to put down this brown color right here from Beetles. I'm going to apply it all over the nails and then I'll show you guys how I do the ombre. We're also going to make sure to clean up the sides again, and then after filling all that up with the brown, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the lamp to dry. And now that that's dry, we're going to go ahead and start creating that ombre. So how I'm going to be doing this is taking one of these makeup sponges right here, and I'm going to be applying some polish to the side of the sponge, Putting down now some of this orangey pumpkin color from Modelones, and I'm going to be mixing that with the white from Beetles, just using a little bit of white, not too much. I'm just trying to lighten the color just a little bit. Oh, and I'm also using a small flat brush just to mix up that color, and then I'm going to be using it to apply onto my makeup sponge. So like I said earlier, we're going to be applying that orange shade onto the bigger end of the sponge, just like that. It's going to be placed up until like almost half of the sponge is covered. When it comes to like the pointy end of the sponge, we're going to be putting that brown shade that we used to cover the nail on earlier. And we're doing this so that way we can create like an ombre effect on top of the sponge itself, so it's easier to transfer onto the nail. Something to note if you guys are trying to do this ombre method yourself is that even though this is the easiest hack that I found to create ombre nails for press-on nails, it does take up a lot of product because a lot of the gel does get soaked up in the sponge itself. So just be mindful of that if you do want to try this method yourself at home. Also, I got this hack from Nail Slayed by Val here on YouTube, so shout out to her. I really love watching her nail content, you guys. You should check her out if you guys get some time. I really do recommend her. She is hands down one of the most like favorited people I like watching on YouTube. So yeah, go check her out. Like I mentioned earlier, since this does take up a lot of more product, you're gonna want to keep building up the color onto the sponge to make sure there's enough to be transferred onto the nail. Alright, and now for the fun part, we're gonna dab this onto the nail, just like this. And as you guys could see, it does look very like lighter right now, but that's because we're gonna have to build up the color. So in between each time we dab some of this on, we're gonna be curing it in the lamp for 60 seconds. And I believe I'm gonna be building this up to like 4 coats just as a reference for you guys. While we let the final coat of the pinky dry, we're gonna start the thumbnail. So we're just gonna be filling the entire nail with the brown shade again. Now letting the thumb dry, we're gonna go back in with the pinky, and I'm gonna be applying this Kiara Sky matte top coat. And as you guys could see, look at that, it's gonna start looking smooth and it'll all tie together really nicely, especially after it dries. Just wait and see, you guys. And now we're gonna put that into the nail lamp to cure. Going back in now with that thumbnail, I'm just gonna go ahead and redo all the same steps that I did from the pinky nail onto the thumbnail. So I'll come back once that's all done. And now that I applied that final coat, I'm now gonna go in with my top coat. But before I do that, I noticed that I had this little bump on the side of the nail right here. It happens to the best of us. If you guys make press-on nails, it will probably eventually happen to you. It just happens sometimes if your gel kind of just like bulks up on the side right there. So yeah, just before you apply any top coat at all, you're just gonna wanna go ahead and buff it out. It shouldn't affect like this nail too much because we did all those coats from like ombreing. So yeah, you're just gonna wanna buff it out with like a fine grit buffer, and that should fix it. And then after doing that, you're gonna wanna go in with a lint-free wipe and some alcohol and just clean up any of the dust that got on the nails from buffing to have a smooth layer for the top coat. Also, if you guys are hearing a lot of sounds in the background, that's because I live near a freeway, so if you hear any diesels or like cars passing, that's why it's so loud. And if you hear someone talking in the background or like yelling, that would be my boyfriend. He actually streams on Twitch. So if any of you guys are like into Fortnite or like gameplay, definitely go check him out. He's just starting out right now, just like me, with this whole like YouTube content creating and Twitch. So if you guys want to look him up, his name is Pat's Gaming World. You could find him on YouTube and on Twitch. Alright, you guys, check out these nails with the matte top coat on it. They look phenomenal. Now we're gonna go ahead and create our middle nail, and for this we're just gonna be applying that dark brown shade all over the nail, and this will be the only color we're applying onto this, as we're gonna be putting on an acrylic flower on top of it. And after curing that first coat for 60 seconds, we're going to be applying one more coat to this nail just to build up that color, so that way it doesn't look so sheared, more towards the cuticle part of the nail. You guys, oh my god, look at my gloves. It looks like doo-doo all over my fingers. But I mean, it's like that meme that it's like my hands look like this for hers to look like this. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, these are hardworking hands, to say the least. And now that she's cured, we're gonna go ahead and apply on the matte top coat. Alright, and now that we're done painting on the middle finger, we're going to go ahead and with our ring finger now. And for this one, I'm going to be using this nude color from Beetles in the shade 926. I'll have everything linked down below for you guys in case you guys wanted to pick up anything from today's video. And we are going to be applying 2 coats total of this color onto the nail. Alright, so now that that base nude gel is down, we're going to go ahead in and create the plaid like glitter effect for this nail. So the first color I'm going to be going in with is Beetles' bright white shade. Just placing that down on my color palette, and then I'm going to be using a long liner brush to go ahead and create long lines, as you guys will see right now. I'm also going to go ahead and just be placing down the black I'm going to be using for this nail also. The black I'm using is from Modelones, in case you guys were wondering. And then after painting this white on, we're gonna make sure to cure it. We're gonna be curing in between each like color we're using. So now that that's done, I'm gonna be going in with that Modelones Black, and we're just gonna be creating black lines along the white lines we just created. Also, you guys, I forgot to mention this earlier, but to clean up any mistakes I've made, I am using my Nails by Deb little small cleanup brush in case any of you wanted to know what I was using for that. Alright, and now that this nail is cured and our lines are looking good, we're going to go ahead in with that same matte top coat from Kiara Sky to prepare for the brown glitter lines we're going to be applying next. Alright, and now we're going to be putting on that brown shade, and we're just going to be using the same brown one we've been using from Beetles and just making one line down and two smaller lines going across of it. And then I'm going to be showing you guys the glitter that I'm using to go on top of it. And just so you guys know, we're not going to be curing the brown shade yet until after we apply that glitter on. And for our glitter, I'm going to be applying this really pretty brown extra fine glitter, and I'm going to be using the little wooden spoon that came with this really cute jar. If you guys have checked out my nail supply haul video, this is where I picked it up, was from Hobby Lobby. So yeah, I'm just going to be applying some of that glitter onto the spoon, and then I'm going to be sprinkling it on the nail. It's going to fall in the jar, and then this way I'm not losing a lot of product. Any product that gets catched in the jar, I'll just throw it back into my glitter container. I would say try to use a little bit of product, but also enough where it's like the nail is overloaded with glitter, so that way the glitter is attaching onto the polish like evenly. And you guys, the most satisfying part is dusting off the nail. I can't wait to get to that part to show you guys, but it comes out so pretty. Alright you guys, we already went in and cured the nail with the glitter on it for 60 seconds, and now we're going to take our brush duster and just dust off all of the excess glitter. And you guys, as promised, look how glittery and beautiful this nail came out. I am so in love with it. Alright you guys, here's how the nails are looking so far. We're going to go in now with our last nail, which is the pointing finger. I'm going to be using this chunky glitter polish from Beetles. It is this really pretty gold shade, and we're going to be doing 4 coats to really build up the color, and honestly just to make sure it's not so sheer so you can't see the fingernail through the nail. Alright, so just to save some time, I already went in with all of those 4 coats, and now I'm going to be applying this top coat, my favorite one from Beetles. And this is going to be the only nail that we're going to be making glossy out of all the other nails. Moving on now to applying the rhinestones and that acrylic flower, I'm going to be using this Macart rhinestone glue to go ahead and attach them on. This is my favorite rhinestone glue, and if you guys didn't know this, if you wanted to pick it up, it is like a thicker consistency, so I feel like it clings on to like charms and crystals and rhinestones really well. Now the moment we've all been waiting for, we're going to be laying down our acrylic flowers. I picked these ones up right here from Tulip Nail Supply. I got this pack with like the whole flower. I got these half flower ones, and then I also picked up some of these pink ones you guys are going to see right now. I'm done showing you these. Yeah, so these ones right here, they already had rhinestones in the middle of them. I really think they're really pretty. It's like a baby pink. But yeah, that's why I really like the ideas of these ones, because the white flowers I got had like empty middles, so I'm free to basically put any colored rhinestones I want there. And you guys, this is such a worthy investment if you don't already know how to make acrylic flowers, or if you find making them really challenging like I do. These are also really good if you just want to save some time on like prep and everything. Again, I picked these ones up right here from Tulip Nail Supply. And then we're going to be putting these in the nail lamp to dry for at least 45 seconds. Alright, and now we're going to go ahead and file the ends of our nails to give them that more Sharpie crisp look. And what I'm going to be using for this is my Pan at 80 grit file. And now to clean up underneath the nails, I'm going to be going in with my Pana safety drill bit, and I'm going to be using this with my Lavinda handheld electric file. I also have the matching Lavinda nail dryer in case you guys were wondering what nail lamp I use. And we're going to go ahead and be setting that to forward at 10 RPMs. And that, you guys, is how I created these super beautiful fall coffin nails. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it's a bit of a longer one today. I really wanted to challenge myself with coming up with a super like cool nail design that included different elements. We got the ombre, the paint on plaid, and the pre-made acrylic flower. So I'm really proud of what we made today. Now it's time for the subscriber shout out. Now I believe I'm at 42 subscribers the last time I checked, so thank you so much, you guys, for helping me reach my goals. I am always super appreciative to you guys. Anyway, that's gonna wrap up today's video. I appreciate you guys being here with me today. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.